and welcome back. This is part 3 of me trying to make Disney princesses in The Sims 4. So first up we have Ariel, and I have given her some traits and aspiration. So I gave her the adventurous trait because I feel like the whole movie she's just wanting to go explore the world. That's very adventurous. And I gave her outgoing because she really wants to meet people and talk to people. And then I also gave her nosy because she's kind of always like stealing things and trying to figure out what's going on, and that's quite nosy if I'm being honest. So I gave her that, but in a nice way. And then finally I gave her the curator aspiration because she is always collecting things, so that just made sense. She is a mermaid, of course, so we'll be doing her mermaid form separately to her human form. Now, of all the princesses that I'm making today, Ariel's probably going to have the most outfits just because she has the most outfits out of these 3 in her film. So that's just the reason, because I think Rapunzel has like only one outfit basically the entire film, whereas Ariel changes her dress quite a few times, and also half the film she's not really wearing anything because she's got a mermaid tail, so that obviously affects things. Okay, so if I get my picture up and I can start to make Ariel actually look like her, I'll do her eyes. I think it's best to start with the eyes because that kind of determines what they look like. So she has very wide eyes and her eyes are very blue. I think quite a greeny blue? No, I think that's more just a true blue. So I think maybe she has a wider face. I think I've made her face too thin. I think this is looking alright actually. I might start now giving her her hair, and then she'll start to look a lot more recognisable. I've actually noticed her eyebrows don't match her hair. I think they're a bit darker, like that. Let's do her lovely hair, and I think I know exactly what hairstyle to give her, because in this picture she has the one that it looks a lot like the one from Dine Out. There we go. And she has red hair, obviously. It's not quite, is it that shade? I think that's probably the best shade, to be honest. But yeah, I think this hairstyle matches it because she's got something green in her hair, and this swatch actually does have a green thing in her hair. So I think this is definitely the best option. Although it's not as flowy as I would like, but I mean, we're not going to get that in The Sims, sadly, so we'll have to make do. Alright, now I just need to give her her dress, which is exciting. So it's very pink. This is the original dress that's actually in the film because it's quite controversial, but she very famously is not usually marketed in her actual dress that she wears in the film, which is weird. A lot of the Disney princesses are like that for some reason. It's quite strange. So she's wearing this pink dress. It's quite like poofy, so kind of similar poofiness to this, but this is the complete wrong style. So I need to find something a bit better. And whenever I do these videos, I'm always disappointed by how little options we have for these kind of dresses, which actually, to be fair, I'm not going to blame the Sims team for that because it's not like The Sims takes place in old-fashioned times when people were walking around wearing that sort of thing. Anyway, this dress is actually quite similar, but it doesn't really have the sleeves, so I don't know. Maybe I give her some gloves or something, but I'll just keep looking for something better because it has the white trim thing at the top, and I think it is fur in her dress. So she's got that, and it's the right colour, but it's not quite right. I could stick her in the same dress that I stuck Sleeping Beauty in, but I don't think this is that similar to what she wears, so I will not. And another off-the-shoulder one that doesn't quite fit, and I mean this swatch of it actually even has a white top bit, so I guess that kind of matches the essence of what she's wearing. I think at the end of the day it's just got to come back to the first one because this is just the most similar, which I don't know how I feel about. I don't really like this dress, to be honest, but it is the most accurate. Now it's time to do her other outfit, which is when she's kind of in, I guess, normal clothes, and I quite like this outfit. It should be easier to do in The Sims, to be honest, but one thing I think I will struggle with is the massive bow because I don't think we have anything like that in The Sims. But we do have hairstyles that have bows in them, so maybe I'll find one of them. So like these, but these are the complete wrong style. Although this does have the right colour bow, so I might sacrifice this style so that I can have the bow. Now to do her dress, and this kind of dress is very popular in the Disney princesses because I'm pretty sure in almost all of my videos I've had problems trying to find this sort of dress where it's got like the corset bit and the sleeves, so I might have to do a reconstruction of it, but I will look, because I did find dresses that kind of matched it when I was looking for the other princesses, so I will look again. See, I really wish we could layer outfits in this game, because you could put this underneath one of the vest things and it would look really good as this, but sadly we can't do that and it's very frustrating. But yeah, this would be so perfect if I could just layer and it would look really, really good. But I can't, and it's actually killing me. I think I might just live with what I've got and go with this one because I think it's the closest. And hopefully at some point I'll get an outfit that actually does look like what she's wearing, because right now I've been feeling pretty miserably. For her next look, we have the one that she is advertised in, and that is her very green turquoisey dress, and it's all sparkly, and I think I know which one to put her in. Finally, I have something that I'm sure about. This one is perfect for her turquoisey green dress. For her hair, I think I'll go with a different one again, something nice and flowy if I can find it. I don't know if they really exist in The Sims for flowy hair, because it's kind of hard for them to do, obviously, because the hair doesn't move, and so it's a bit weird if it's very flowy but it's still fixed in place. Like maybe this, it's got a nice swoop. And then her final outfit is the dress she wears at the end when she's won, and is pretty good. It's all sparkly and beautiful, and this is very different to all the other dresses that we've done before, so hopefully I'll be able to find something more for it. And she also has very different hair at this point of the movie. I feel like this is quite good because the important thing is that she has her fringe and it's not too structured, so this is nice and flowy, so I think I'll go with this one. So I'm not sure straight off the bat how many sparkly dresses we really have, apart from this one obviously. This is okay because it's got like kind of like the swoopy bit here. It's not as flowy as hers is, and it's not sparkly, but it could work. I mean, this dress is sparkly and it's the right colour. It's not necessarily the right shape, but I'm not sure which one to go with actually. This one's also kind of sparkly. I think out of the two, that one's better, maybe, because it's got the right kind of straps. I think I'm going to go with this one, just because I think the shape of this is the most accurate. That is all her outfits, I think, and now I'm going to do her mermaid form, which is very exciting. So I've just made her hairstyle and her makeup match what she had before, so now I'm going to do her outfit. She very famously has the purple shells, and then her tail is very similar to what she has on right now. I think this one with the sparkles is probably the best fit. So I'm happy with that then, and that will be the end of Ariel's outfits. So I'm now going to move on to doing Rapunzel's outfits, and I have given her the cheerful, childish and art lover traits because one, she's very cheerful, she's quite naive as well, and she's a bit childish, she likes kind of messing around, and then she loves painting, so art lover. And I gave her the friend of the world aspiration because she's really wanting to go explore the world and kind of like talk to people, you know, like that sort of thing. So yeah, now let's do her outfits. So she also has very wide eyes. Now her eye colour, she's got kind of like greeny eyes, I think, not that green though, more like this green. And I've changed my mind about the eyes. I'm going to give her some different ones. Then she has a very small nose, so something like that I think would work. So I think I'm now going to give her her hair, and this is a bit tricky because she has very, very long hair, famously, and I think this is the longest hair we actually have in game. So not quite as long as she is famous for having, which makes me tempted to give her her hair when it's all been cut off. But then that's also not very recognisable as her. So I might do both. I'll give her another outfit when her hair's been cut off, and it'll still be blonde, which is annoying because you can't change the hair between outfits colour, but it will be shorter, so that will work. And I think I might just give her this hairstyle because it kind of looks like what she has, and it's definitely the longest. And then time for her dress. So this is another dress that I'm imagining I'm going to struggle to find a match with because it's a very old-fashioned kind of dress. But I will try. Something like this actually could work because this is the right colour and it has like a pattern on it, kind of like how she does, but then it's kind of the wrong style, so I'll keep looking. Maybe this dress could work because it's kind of a similar style. It's not really the right shade of purple, but I think it works. Okay, so now I'm going to give her outfit when she has short hair, just so that I can have a version with both hairstyles. And this hairstyle kind of matches how choppy it is, but it's not quite right. I could give her this one, which I think is a bit closer, but it's also uglier. Actually, no, I like it more. So that is Rapunzel's outfits done, because I'm pretty sure she only wears this in the entire movie. Maybe she wears something right at the end, but I couldn't find it online and I can't be bothered to watch the movie. So we're done with Rapunzel, yay! Now on to our final Disney princess, Belle, and I gave her the Renaissance sim aspiration because she likes reading and you have to read as part of this aspiration. Then I gave her the bookworm trait because obviously she likes reading. Gave her good because I feel like that's something she always is. She's very like kind to people, you know, like willing to help out. And then adventurous because the whole time she's like dreaming about all the places that she reads about in her book and she's wanting adventure basically. So now time to give her outfit. So Belle is very pale, kind of like that, I think. Yeah, I think these eyes work quite well. For her nose also, this one's quite good. I'll just change it a little bit. I think this works quite well for Belle, and I'll give her her hair now. So she's got quite a fancy hairstyle in this picture. I don't know if I'll be able to find it in The Sims. I feel like that's the motto of these videos. I'm not sure if I can find something like this. I quite like this one actually, because I feel like it's got the like side bits here. There's also this one which has the bun at the back, but I think I prefer the one we had before. Then finally for her dress, this is where I struggle because yet again it's a very fancy old-fashioned dress that doesn't really exist in The Sims. I quite like this for it if it was a bit more yellow. Unfortunately it doesn't really come in a yellow, only this kind of cream. This one works quite well actually. Yeah, I like this actually a lot. I think that works. So I might just give her the gloves and call it a day. There's also this swatch which is more gold. Ooh, I don't know which one I prefer because in this picture it's definitely a more light yellow, but I feel like this makes me think of Belle a bit more. I'm not sure. I quite like this gold version. Now I'm going to give her some gloves to match. So I actually really like that. And I've just had an idea. In this picture, she's holding a rose, and obviously the rose is quite important to her story, so I might give her a little rose to wear. So now it's time to move on to her other outfit, which is kind of when she's in the village, just living out her life. So for this, she kind of wears an apron type thing, so hopefully I actually have something like that. That is kind of like the vibe. If I get her a blue one, I think this works quite well because she's got the white underlayer, the blue over the top. I'm just missing the white apron over the top of that, but I think this is actually really good. So now I will give her the hairstyle that she has, which she's got her hair back in this. And even though it's different, I feel like this frames her face in a similar way to her hairstyle in the film, so I quite like that. So that would be the end of Belle's outfits then, and thus the end of the video. So if you enjoyed the video, it'd be great if you could like the video, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, and maybe even share the video with a friend. Thank you for watching, and goodbye! Also, I just realised I forgot to do a version of Rapunzel's hair where she's got it in a plait, so I'm just going to add that really quickly now. We've got this plait, but that's not right. So let me find another one. I think I'm going to give her this one just because I feel like it fits her vibe a bit more. And I wish I could put flowers in her hair like she has in the movie, but I don't think I can. Instead, I'll give her a flower that she can just wear. Because look, it kind of looks like it's in her hair.